All right, I think we're there. I think we're looking pretty good. All right, so we start with the claw attack. And with the AI attacks, it tells you the process of going through and how you pick a target. And then the sniff attack is on the actual monster's card. So closest threat facing and in range, there isn't, but closest threat in field of view. It could be any one of these, any one of our poor characters, because they're all in field of view right now. He can move 6. So I'm also, this is the monster card where it tells you a little bit about everything. We're currently level 1. We've already built the deck. There's his instinct, and then there's the thing in the back for a basic action too. Side note, I thought about grabbing different like pimped out dice, but the font on these is really cool. Like, I love this font, so I'm gonna roll with them. Okay, here we go. Dice box, so we can see. I probably need to do something better for that next time. So the line will turn to face their target and then move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to, let's see, who is he gonna hit to keep it fair? Odd numbers, he'll attack her. Even numbers, will attack him. That is an odd number, so going at the dude. Now we look, we look at a card. Do we look at a card? There we go. So, oh, wait a second. Yeah, okay, so the speed is not their movement speed. That is how many dice you roll. So we're gonna roll 2 d10s. We're trying to get a 2 or higher on each of these d10s. And when we get a hit, that'll trigger another roll. So 2 d10s. Oh, we got 1 hit, so that's that 5. This one misses, luckily. So now, because we had 1 hit, we roll our hit location damage dice. This is the head. So we don't have any armor on our head. This is poor Tmicus. So he takes just on our card here. I'm gonna check this box next to head, and he is immediately just knocked down. Okay, I don't know if there's official knockdown tokens in the box or whatever, but I've got these right attached to my table. So he's knocked down, and that is it for the lion's turn. Yeah, so in the rulebook, it says to turn your model and like physically lay it down. That's a no for me, dog. So we're definitely gonna be using the War Machine knockdown token. All right, we're gonna try to crack back at the lion here. We're gonna start Sophia here. She has 2 attacks that she can use. She has the fist and teeth, which is like unarmed combat. So this is a little bit stronger of an attack than our founding stone. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So this is our character dashboard. Let me turn our light off. So we can use the founding stone to attack, which I think is really meant to just be kind of thrown once and then you can lose it. So I don't know if there's a benefit to holding on to it, so I really don't want to throw it and lose it. But our fist and tooth attack is a little bit, we have to roll an 8 or higher to hit with it, but it is deadly. So that means we just have a better chance of hitting a crit with it. So there's a little bit of a trade-off either way. So do we fish for crit, hope we get crit, or do we go with like lower overall hit, which I kind of like. So she's gonna try to get this crit. She's gonna try to bite this lion. So the speed is 2, so we roll 2 dice, and we're looking for 8 or higher. If we get a 9 or a lantern, which is the 10, it counts as a crit and does a crit wound. So we'll see here, but we'll see. Oh, we got a 9, so that's a crit. Luckily, I missed the box the first time, caught it. We got that 9, so that is a critical wound. Okay, this is important for crits. You get 1 survival point when you name your character. So they get 1 survival point when they have a name. So now, because we crit the lion, we get something. So failure, instinctively striking back, the white lion's oddly human hand darts forward. Perform a basic action and target the attacker. So she's gonna get attacked back, but because of it was a critical wound, we cancel that reaction. So she doesn't get attacked back. We hack off the monster's hand. I can spend 1 survival to treasure this moment and gain +1 permanent strength. Permanent injury is the lost hand. Affects some AI cards. That's pretty cool. So this stays in play. And I believe this goes to the wound stack. Or actually, no, this stays over here. So let me show you this over here. I'm gonna swing you over. So because that is a permanent wound, it goes here now. And Sophia gets a permanent +1 strength, which I mark on her calendar. I'm just gonna put a +1 on her character sheet for now. Very cool. Very cool. And I think I could have used my survival on him to dodge, but I'm not going to. He's just knocked down. He's a simpleton. He didn't know he could dodge. That's how we're going to play it. So for his turn, he can't do anything. At the end of... he can dodge while he's knocked down, but he's not... He doesn't get to do anything this turn. He gets back up at the end of the monster's next turn, which is pretty cool. So now we're on to the next guys over here. Same thing. So they can only move 5. So they can't even really get over here, but they're going to try to get to his blind spot. And because we can only move in cardinal directions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all they get to do. I'm kind of maybe thinking about chucking his founding stone at him, but whenever I see it goes back in the box permanently for this campaign, I'm worried about what it can do. So I don't know if that fear is unfounded. Like, I don't know if they can turn into something later, if I can do something with them later, or if it's truly just a one-time throw because it's an automatic hit that inflicts a critical wound. I don't know. We're going to save it. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens here. So now my hero's turns are over, and I think that's it. Let's see. Okay, something very important that I almost just missed. I'm swinging you over here. Because we wounded with the crit wound, we take this AI card, we don't look at it, we just pick it up and we put it in the wound stack. And now the AI cards represent the monster's health. So when that AI deck has no cards in it and they're all in the discard wound stack, that means we beat him. The ones that are actually in the AI discard stack, like the claw right here, those will get shuffled back in as we keep going. That's really cool. That's a really cool mechanic. All right, back to the action. All right, I'm officially at the point in the rule book where I've read through all the rules, and it's boom. We got to finish the showdown. We have 2 options. Everybody lives or everybody dies. So we'll go from there. All right, Lion's turn again. So we flip over our AI card. It is Maul. So victim of grab last round. There was no victim of grab. Closest knockdown survivor in range. So there is somebody knocked down. So he's going at the guy who's knocked down. So 2 speed. Roller dice. Ooh. I don't think monsters can crit the heroes, but let me double check that. All right, so I was playing through, didn't realize it didn't record. We're real professional here. Rolled a body hit, rolled a hand hit. They're 3 damage each on our knocked down guy because our maul targets closest knockdown. I am going to use the 1 survival to dodge the body hit, but he's going to take 2 hits on the arm, and now there's a 3rd hit, and we don't have a 3rd box on our character sheet. So now what happens is we have to roll on the severe injury. Okay, so now I found the injury tables in the rulebook. It's on page 86. So now I'm going to roll this red one just because it seems thematic. A 1. Hopefully that's good. Oh, no, that's not good. Yeah, that's terrible. You don't want to roll 1s on your injury table. You die of shock. Your vision fades along with the sight of your mangled, armless torso. This guy's dead. Bye-bye, Tmicus. Wow, that's savage. So that's crazy. That's cool. So you don't want to roll 1. Rolling 1 on an injury table is very bad. Bye-bye, Tmicus. Cool. I see. All right, I get what I've heard about this game now that it's lethal. Pretty cool. So that's how that goes. All right, it's a character's turn again. Sophia the Strong is up again. She is not going to. Do we tempt fate? Do we try to fish for another crit? Do we go for sevens? She's gonna try to bite this line again. She's ferocious. So we got 2 dice. We're rolling for 8s or higher, 9 or 10s crit. So we're gonna get a crit or nothing. We got nothing. So she misses. Nothing bad happens to her right now for missing. But now these two are gonna be able to come in to the blind spot and get +1 to our roll effectively. And let me just double check that. So yeah, it's kind of funny. In the other video, the guy that died is the guy that I couldn't stay on his base, so he just kept wanting to get knocked over anyway. It is funny, the foreshadowing out there. Okay, so I'm just I'm making sure. Yeah, so if you're in the blind spot, you get +1. So she's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come up. So now she's gonna also do unarmored combat, because now she only needs a 7. So we're gonna, or actually no, we're gonna try, she's gonna use the melee form of the Founding Stone. So we hit on 6s, because I don't wanna keep missing this guy. So we're looking for 6s or higher here. Let me put this over here so I can actually see it. 6s or higher. We would've got 1 crit. So we hit, so now we come over here, swing you over, just so you can see what I'm doing. I won't do this every time. So now, hit location, we go here, we get the beast head. So she hits him in the head from behind him. And you clip the tense months of beast heel. So, wow, they knew I was behind him. That's kind of crazy. I thought it said head, it says heel. That's pretty cool. Good luck. You clip the tensed muscle of the heel. If it was a critical wound, he becomes knocked down. But this is a persistent injury. When the white line starts its movement, see, so this is, I think only the critical wound part. Like, if we were to crit it, then it becomes a persistent injury, but let me double check. Okay, so I just double checked. If the critical wound is separate from the persistent injury, so now we have to roll to see if we actually hit it. So when we look at the White Lion monster card, the level 1, it has 6 movement and 6, for the first story, level 1. He has tough 6. So we're trying to roll higher than a 6. And then we go, and our strength is just currently at 0. So she is just trying to roll a 6 or higher. And because she used the Founding Stone, which gives +1 strength as the Founding Stone, we're looking for a 5 here. So we're looking for a 5 to actually wound this guy. That does not wound him. So this just goes into the discard pile. He doesn't get a persistent injury, and we don't get to add a wound. So we hit him, but we didn't actually wound him. All right, so not off to a great start. All right, this guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's also going to come in. We're gonna try to get some crits. I'm realizing how important it is to get crits. He's gonna use Fist and Tooth. We're hit on a 7, crit on a 9 or a 10. We don't hit at all. All right, I think this line's about to tear us up. Back to the lion's turn. We get, he's enraged. When this comes into play, draw an AI card. When enraged is in play, White Lion gains +1 damage token per monster level. A damage token increases the damage dealt on monster attack profiles. When a survivor suffers any dismembered, severe injury, or is killed, discard enraged. So that goes over here on the dashboard next to the persistent injury. It gets a +1 damage token, which I have in the box here. So that there's also a place to put the token, so it's got +1 damage. We draw another AI card. I'm assuming this will see what our actual attack is. Chomp, closest threat facing an end range. So it's going at Sophia the Strong. This one's only a speed 1 though, luckily, so it only gets to roll 1 dice. Its accuracy is 2+, so we're looking at 2s. That is a hit. After the hit, it is a headhunter, always targets the head location. So, cool. So, she is out of survival because she used a survival to hit. So, this is going at the head. She takes the 1, hopefully it's 1 damage. Yeah, it's 1 damage. So, because she gets hit in the head, she is now knocked down. All right. That is the lion's turn. This goes in our AI discard card. Back over to the heroes. She can't do anything because she's knocked down. These guys are here. We're fishing for crits again. Going in with fist and... Oh, actually. There's more to think about. Because, like with the Founding Stone, we have that +1. Yeah, I think we won't fish for crits. We're just going to try to hit and have a better chance at wounding. I just realized the Founding Stone has a better chance at actually wounding if you don't roll a crit. Okay, let me think about the math real quick. All right, so when you're behind them, you hit on a 6, and then you get +1 to wound. So I think when I'm behind them, it's not worth trying to fish for the crits because I'm effectively, it doesn't really give us any kind of bonuses at that point. When we're in front of them, we should use Fist and Tooth because we're still really just trying to get a 9 and a 10, and then the strength doesn't matter. But because we're behind him, he's easier to hit. We want to make sure we actually wound when we hit. So we're coming in. This is Zorkus now, coming in with his stone, looking for a 7. He doesn't get it. He was actually looking for a 6 and he still didn't get it. She's gonna come in looking for 6s. Oh, we would have crit, but we got 2 hits. That's perfectly fine. So now we draw 1 hit location for each one to hit. And now we are going to attempt to wound. We're looking for 5s here on the first location. All right. We hit it. We do wound it. Oh, wait a second. The monster roar. Oh, that's a reaction if we fail. I think. Let me make sure. Or does that just happen? All right. If okay, so that happens after the wound attempt and any successful wounds occur. So if we were to have failed to wound that, then that failure would have happened. But because we were successful, he's wounded. This is a persistent injury. Only if it's a crit. So if we would have crit him, and I'll put it here. So if we would have crit him, it would have blown the jaw off no matter what. But now because we just wounded him, we roll a d10. If it's a 5-up, he gets this persistent injury. That is a 10, so his jaw's gone. He gets +1 courage and +1 survival. Like that. I don't know where my courage... Oh, wait, +1 courage. All right, +1 courage. The jaw is busted off. This, we put a AI card in the wound stack. Feeling pretty good. I feel pretty great about that. So now we're on to this one. We got to see if this one wounds. We're looking for a 5-up. That one also still wounds. This is a debilitating blow to the soft belly. This is also a persistent injury. The white line's intestines hang from the wound in its gut, dragging on the floor. At the start of every monster turn, before it draws an AI card, roll a 1d10. On a result of 1, the monster suffers a wound. That's great news. So we put another AI card in the wound stack. Back to the lion's turn. So now it doesn't have its hand, it doesn't have its maw, and we roll at the start of its turn. If we roll a 1, it takes another wound. There we go. We rolled a 1, so it takes another wound. So I just take an AI card off the deck. Oh, that was the last wound, actually. So we killed him. Last wound, no wounds. We have defeated the lion, and we only lost 1 dude. That's pretty cool. That really felt awesome. That was a very quick fight, but very cool. I feel like maybe did I do anything wrong? Let me go back and check the rules. I just want to make sure. I guess we did lose a survivor, so one guy got killed, so that's probably gonna hurt us pretty bad. But feeling pretty good. Okay, I almost did cheat. We have to wound him 1 more time. So when he's wounded and there's no cards in the stack, that's when he actually dies. So now I think because there's no AI cards in the stack, we have to use just the basic action. So closest survivor, move and attack the target. So he is looking at this. Sophia is strong. She is down. This has a speed of 2 plus accuracy. She has no survival, so she can't dodge. So hopefully this doesn't hit her in the head. Both of those are hits. Of course, so she takes 1 in the head, 1 to the body. So the body is not a big deal. The head one, though, we now have to roll on the injury table to the head. So we beat the line. We're gonna be able to beat the line, hopefully. But now we're back to page 86, and I am very scared about what is gonna happen to her. All right, we definitely don't want to roll a 1 here. I've learned that. A 9. Maybe rolling high is good. Shattered draw. You drink your meat through a straw. You can no longer consume or be affected by events requiring you to consume. You can no longer encourage. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain 1 bleeding token. So she is the strong and silent type now. That's not funny. So now, abilities and impairments. I'm assuming that's an impairment. She has a shattered draw. Or is that once per lifetime? I don't know. I think we will. I'll just put it on abilities and impairments. Very sad. Okay, and she's bleeding, so we need to look up what bleeding does. Okay, so a single bleeding token isn't that big of a deal. If they get 5, they die. So hopefully we're going to be able to kill him at the end of this turn. So now she is no longer knocked down. She is standing up. She's been biting this lion, and now her jaw got ripped off because she missed her last bite attack. So now she's staring him in the face. Her jaw is hanging from her. She's gonna have to use her stone now. She takes her stone out. She now needs 7s or more. She gets 1. There is no wound card to pull. I don't know, do I need to roll? Okay, yeah, so we pull the hit location. The beast scapular deltoid. We need to roll a 5 here. She kills the lion. How fitting. I don't even know what the rest of, I'm not even gonna read the rest of that. There's no more wounds. It's It's a pull. Our party has killed the lion, but at a great cost. Tmicus is dead. Very cool. I'm hooked already. I don't know. I probably like with the starting and the stopping of me like trying to like checking the rule book. This could have been very fast paced. I would say if I knew what I was doing, like that first fight maybe would have only been like 15 minutes, and I'm sure that's by design. Very cool. It felt very meaningful to actually hit the line. It's pretty hard to actually hit and do damage to him. Sad about Tmicus. Sorry, guy. I'm sure hopefully we'll have a chance to replace him in the future. Very cool that just off that first fight, like our girl right here has +1 strength but no jaw. I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see how this campaign goes. So now I'm going to read the rest of the rulebook to see what I do next. And I'm going to do this on Sophia's card just because she's the hero of our story. So because she finished a hunt, she gets a hunt XP box filled in. And everybody else also does. Okay, so we get to draw 4 resources from the white line. So I'm just shuffling these up. And now we get 1, 2, 3, 4. And we also get 4 basic resource cards. And I double checked, you still get 4 of each, even if somebody dies, so that's pretty cool. And now 4 basic resources, we get monster hide, monster bone, another monster hide. Okay, so I'm gonna put these back over here. And also because Tmicus died, we'll remake his, I'll change his name pretty much because he didn't really do anything. So we do get to make a new survivor going into the next round. So all right, so now it's settlement creation. So I'm gonna cut this video here, but I'm gonna drop both on the same day. So come check me over at the settlement creation.